Hey everybody, it's Jeff with ID10T Garage, and we're back working on the 71 Torino. In this episode, we're finally going to finish the torque box for the passenger side of this car. It has been a colossal pain in my ass, but we're going to get it completed. Basically, we're going to finish our welding, paint it up, seam seal it, and weld that top panel on and coat it. We're also going to go ahead and get the doors line better, because I've been going nuts, especially with my driver's side door, because it's leaning down a whole lot, and the striker's actually forcing it back up to look decent, but it gets stuck. So we'll probably start with that and then get to work on our torque box. But either way, let's get to it.
In my veins, I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stop.
Hey everybody, we're back out in the garage, and we're going to do a couple little different things today. Instead of going right back to work on the torque box, I want to adjust this door, because it's really starting to get an irritant on me. So if you look here, it's just way down low. So I'm going to try to raise it up, adjust these hinges since I got the fenders off. The locking mechanism is a little messed up on that, which kind of really what made me want to do this, is because I just had to play with it just to get this door opened. And I think just, getting it back where it's supposed to be just by adjusting these hinges a little bit should help a lot. So we're going to do that real quick. Alright, we got it better. Basically, I just had to adjust this top, and now we open it a little easier, and as you can see, it's a little bit better lined up. The gap's a little bit different. Basically, just had to push this top one back a little bit. I marked it and pushed it back. Unfortunately, taking that top bolt out, we snapped it. So that's fun, but we do still got two bolts, so there is the good news there. And right now, I'm probably just going to try to tighten these up, then double check them. Surprisingly, this pillar is a lot better shaped than the other pillar, so there is that. But that's the door adjustment. We just pulled this back to pull the back of the door up, and pretty decent. I need to adjust the actual door mechanism. It's a lot better than it was, but it does need to come up just slightly, because a lot of times what I'm having to do is it holds a little bit and I have to push the door down. So if I just open this, it's stuck. Push it down, pull it out. So what that's telling me is this is sitting down a little bit too far, but I tried to remove that and they're locked in place. So I got to get some PB blaster or stuff on that so I can get those loose. Hey everybody, we're back out here, about to get back to work on the passenger side torque box. So today we're going to focus on getting it cleaned up and ready for that top section for the most part. Basically, I need to start removing my sheet metal screws on the bottom part and weld that together. I have to cut out some more where I basically align my plate at. So I marked it the other day, and we're going to cut out that excess for that top plate to fit. And then we're probably going to get to work a little bit more on the fender well area. There's that inside lip, I guess you would say, where it meets up with the frame rail, and so on there. So I need to cut that out a little bit and make an L bracket there to get it nice and sturdy before we really get that top plate ready to go in, because I need to paint everything. That way we can kind of rust proof everything to try to help it prevent from rusting out more. So that's what we're about to get to work on. I'm really procrastinating on that last part just because I don't want to do it right now. It's hard to kind of film that, and it's, you know, just going to be possibly nasty. It looks like some pretty thick rusty metal there, and someone's probably gunked it up a little bit. So, but either way, I guess here we go. Later. All right, we got all our holes welded back up, even the ones here on the top. So I even got this little bracket bent over to where I needed it to be to reattach it to there. I'll still probably need to go ahead. I'm not sure if it's really necessary, but I need to take this and bring it down to match up to this angle. Obviously be a little bit lower because our plate will sit on top of it. And I might even make an L bracket. That way, you know, the plate has a nice spot to kind of fit down on. But I'll also have to make an L bracket down here to, you know, get rid of this gap. I might bend this out a bit. I don't know. I mean, it looks pretty square from that standpoint. So I'll have to make some adjustments there either way. But I'm about to go do what I don't really want to do, which is this corner right here in the fender well is just a mess. So I'm about to probably have to cut some of that out and make an L bracket right there, just so I get a nice flush solid weld that'll hold very well. So that's what I'm about to do, unfortunately. And now I'm just kind of rambling around about this because I really don't want to do this, but you know, sometimes that's stuff you have to do, and I really don't know how well it's going to be able to, you know, really record that, but I'm gonna try. And I'm basically down to one of these magnet lights because the other one I kind of broke already, and this one holds on decently with the magnet, but we'll see. We're gonna give it a go. Alright, we got it taken care of. It's not perfect. I built a piece down below and up top, and then I re-welded after cleaning up my metal there. It's just kind of in their kind of weird spot, so it was really hard to do, and my light's being a little flaky. But now I need to weld it on the inside, And then I'm going to come back out and grind this down, smooth it out, and then fill in these spots that I couldn't get to, because I don't know why, but the weld was really kind of pooling and dropping right here. So but we got it in there pretty solid, and I got the holes on the bottom I've got to weld up from the inside. So about to do that, and then we're going to start cleaning and figure out what's next. Alright, so we got our metal done. We got this whole piece put in, plus a nice mounting bracket that'll get a nice little place to put that top plate on. You know, I got the L bracket back there in the back to hold that piece together. Everything's welded together there. All our L brackets on the back section are good. So basically what we're going to do is clean this off and tape it off. I'm going to tape off around right here and around this edge right there, because we'll be putting the weld through primer there. But then I'm going to go ahead and paint the inside of this with some John Deere Blitz Black tractor enamel. So, and we'll get that way it's nice and protected, and then we'll come back around after it dries and seam seal everything to give it some good protection on the inside. So, time to do that. Alright guys, there it is. We got it all painted up. We got to seam seal it now. Also put our weld through primer on the areas where we're going to be welding. That's the bottom inside of the top. So we'll be doing the same there. So all the metal is where we'll put our weld through primer. But that's the day. See you. Hey everybody, we're back out here about to finish up this torque box. So basically what we have left to do today is we got to get our weld through primer on it. Then we got to seam seal the inside really well. Also, you know, get our weld through primer on the top portion of the torque box, and then basically bolt it back in and weld it up. So time to get to it.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded.
Alright, there it is. Welded in, painted, seam sealed. Got a little ahead of myself with the seam sealers. The paint was a little bit wet still, so got a little bit mixed in, and obviously it's real sloppy. I needed a brush to smooth it out, but I just smoothed it out by finger, and I might have got a little too aggressive with it too. So, but it's in there. We have a torque box. Now we got to move on to the other side. Hey guys, thanks for staying tuned for this week's episode. We got the torque box done. We got the driver's side door aligned really well, and we found out our hinges are a little bit wonky on the passenger side, but they're back in place. I actually swapped the door because it has the right window in it, but I ordered some new hinges, and I'll have to work on the adjustment on that side a little bit more. It's got some little issues. One of the bolt holes for the actual striker plate is a little wonky, so I'm going to have to do some welding there. But all in all, we got that door on there, sitting there right now. And, you know, like I said, we got the torque box finished. That is a big achievement. Now we got to move on to the other side. I'm rambling a little bit, but it's a lot more work to do on this side. It's the driver's side, so I'm going to have to actually remove the gas. Well, I'm going to have to drain the gas tank so I can remove the fuel line. Because the fuel line runs through that torque box, and we definitely don't want to be welding with that fuel line in place and possibly, you know, blowing shit up. So we're gonna have to get that fuel line removed. It's part rubber, part metal, because it was partially replaced before. But the big thing is draining that fuel tank. That way we can get the gas out of it and then get that fuel line off. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next week. Just like, subscribe, comment, check out my other videos. Peace.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping out.